I've gotta say, this is quite the strange problem to have. I first watched this show, unable to sleep, hoping for some mindless moe, slice-of-life drivel to fall asleep to. Suffice it to say, rather than putting me to sleep, Yuru Camp Delta... Do you actually even pronounce the Delta? Yeah. Yuru Camp Delta kept me awake. At the time of writing this, the first 3 episodes are out, and I'm genuinely amazed by how much I enjoyed them. I've always enjoyed both the slice of life and the cute girls doing cute things genres, but I wasn't expecting something this good to come out of a relatively unknown studio and an even more unknown director, Studio C Station and Yoshiaki Kyogoku respectively. But as I kept watching, my eyes going from heavy and sleepy to alert and active, I was repeatedly blown away with the constant flow of excellent directorial choices. After a quick scene showing off our main girls in order to cement the fact that, yes, this is a series about many cute girls, we get our motion graphics based opening, the first sign that this show is something special. Don't get me wrong, it's not leaps and bounds the best opening I've seen in recent years, but that doesn't stop it from being damn great. The clearly park advertisement inspired backgrounds look phenomenal, beautiful to look at, yet not over-designed. Combine them with the detailed and fluid characters running about and the elegantly sweeping cameras, and we get a fresh-feeling character introduction segment that doesn't seem at all forced. The text in the background even helps to give everything a nice sense of dimensionality and balance. I'm curious if a clean version will be released in the eventual Blu-rays, as some of these shots, I feel, won't sit quite as well without it. I'm also quite a fan of the tent motif, which really helps to sell the delta in the title, which would otherwise feel somewhat out of place. Something else worth noting is how well the transitional cuts and pans line up with the song itself, Shiny Days by Asaka. Just after the opening comes our first long scene with our main heroine, Rinshima, and I gotta say, just one shot and I was in love with this design. Immediately noticeable is her bun, reminiscent of Yohane from Love Live Sunshine, but dialed up to 11. It really helps to give her both a unique and adorable design. Then right after the bun, we notice the shawl covering most of her body and the dark green dress underneath. Again, just like the bun, we see things that have been done before, but scaled up to bring out their charm. And it works. Looking at Rin as a whole, this design would be great for an old lady. But when put on this small high schooler, the dichotomy is played off wonderfully, seriously amplifying her cuteness. I'm a real sucker for great character designs, and I just gotta say, she's perfect and I love her. Next up, we meet what seems to be our sidekick character, Nadeshiko Kagamihara. While I don't think her design is quite on the same level as Rin's, it's still great. The way her hair curtains her face in a manner similar to Uraraka Ochako from Boku no Hero Academia is a great way to draw attention to the constant over-the-top emotional outbursts and both cute and hilarious expressions. Then, looking at her clothes, we get a wardrobe that really sells the personality we'll soon be learning about. The clash between a red down coat, her white frilly dress, and the lime green high tops shows exactly what Nadeshiko is about, whatever crosses her mind. It's not surprising that she'd throw on whatever she had lying about before heading out to see Mount Fuji. Yet, despite the clear clash, it's nonetheless cute in its cluelessness. Again, reminiscent of Nadeshiko's personality. Even Sakura Kagamihara, a listed side character, didn't miss out on the great design work by her mangaka, Afro, who, again, is relatively unknown with only a handful of unique IPs under the belt. Seriously, how did the show turn out so great? No one involved has any experience. But while very nice, Sakura's design still doesn't seem to be quite as well thought out as the other two, but the way her bangs are pulled back in a very realistic manner, and her choice of extremely thick-rimmed glasses, gives off the vibe of an older woman who is nonetheless beautiful, albeit tired. In comparison, I think that, while pretty good, the designs of the other main cast, Aoi Inuyama and Chiaki Ogaki, are somewhere between average to good, with Eina Saito being fairly average. I will say though, Inuyama's Snaggletooth is probably one of the worst implementations of this normally pretty solid design trait. Seriously, what's it doing? It looks weird. Look at it. Now that that's out of the way, I'll finally bring it around to the key point of this video. The moe in this show is so strong and so well done. Now, before I continue, let's first pause and define what I mean by moe. It's a fairly nebulous phrase that has grown to encapsulate so much of modern, or at least late 2000s, early 2010s discussion, that it's hard to know exactly what's being referred to unless I tell you what it means to me. And that's part of the problem. I'm not really sure how to phrase it in the context of a definition, but what I can say is that it's the feeling you get when you want to protect something. Like when you see a kitten trying to climb up the stairs. It's when you put your hands to your face because you can't handle how cute that was, or when you make an audible awing sound. In other words, literally everything that Nadeshiko has done in the last 3 episodes. Right from her pre-opening shot, the viewer immediately understands her personality and how much she cares for her friends. She just loves being around them and has a smile to show it. Then, later in her next scene, right off the bat, we see her sobbing in the perfect balance between comedy and dramatic sympathy, generating both a perfect feeling of moe and genuine pity. Then again, through her entire conversation with Rin, we're constantly reminded of how gung-ho yet airheaded she is, further adding to her charm. When we see how grateful she is over receiving a simple cup of instant ramen, we're further clued into the fact that she wears her heart on her sleeves and is genuinely kind. In other words, everything about these scenes makes the viewer instantly fall in love with this angel, this beautiful, perfect cinnamon roll. Especially the series of shots of Nadeshiko eating the ramen, which even Rin comments on. The series of scenes made me ask, wait, is this KyoAni? Which, if I do say so myself, is a huge compliment. But even that reigning god Kyoto Animation, dare I say, hasn't ever nailed the formula quite this well. Mugi and the rest of the Light Music Club was adorable, as was the Dragon Lolly and Mikuru Asahina. But not a single one of those characters was able to leave me with this overpowering sense of moe for the entirety of her on-screen time. Nadeshiko did, and I'm genuinely in awe of the fact that that is even possible. Finally is the kingpin that holds it all together. The mark of a good slice of life is the ability to, at the drop of a hat, take a breather in a serene, low-energy moment. Whether that be when the jokes fall away and we see our characters hurting, or when those characters take a moment to marvel at how great life truly is. And boy, do we get that in spades here. The shot of our 2 heroines gazing at Mount Fuji by moonlight is breathtaking. And that's without even mentioning Rin's biking scene which opened the episode, or the sunrise scene in episode 3. This show really knows how to slow down and smell the flowers. So that's that. The story of how a manga written by a nobody was adapted into an anime by a nobody director from a nothing studio that captured my heart to an unbelievable extent. I'm in this show for the long haul, and I hope that by the end of that haul, all of the people involved in this will be much more widely known. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. It's been a while. As I'm sure you know, in my last video I mentioned my life's getting really busy with school ramping up, and so this is the first video I've been able to make for a while. But with that being said, I really enjoyed it, and I really enjoyed reading all your comments for these past months where you haven't heard a whole lot from me. Still get them sent to my phone, so I read every single one. But yeah, if you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm aiming to get more active again. Probably still not as active as I once was, but we'll see. I'd like to really keep at it. Also, if you really value my content, I'm still keeping a Patreon over at patreon.com/Senpizzle. So, yeah, if you liked my content enough, I'd ask you to head on over there. Otherwise, just keep watching. So hey, thanks a lot. See you guys next time.